Hey folks, welcome to another unboxing video, and this time it's not live because this phone is under embargo. Check it out, OnePlus 5. And yes, I did accidentally ding the box when I opened it, but hey, such is life. So, are you ready for me to dig into this box and tell you and show you what's in there? I know you are. So let's get started. Let's look at this box. Dual camera, clearer photos, a whole bunch of barcodes and stuff. And here it is. OnePlus A5000 Midnight Black, 128 gigabytes, 8 gigs of RAM. Oh yeah, baby, this is the real deal. Barcode here. What's on this side? Same thing, I guess. And then here, there's really nothing. And here we go. So let's get this open, shall we? Dun 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 dun. Oh, this is hard. There we go. Whew, that took a little moment. And there's the phone on top on this beautiful little carrier thing. Wow. Yeah. And let's look at that in a second, shall we? It's actually kind of nested in this plastic cover, as you can see. And inside this plastic cover, it looks like there might be a few things. Aha, there is a door here. And if I pull on this, what happens? I'm not sure. Aha, there's a little tab, but it's crinkled. And the tab lets you pull out a little tray. And you have a get start guide or quick start guide. Get started. Here we go. It shows you all the things you want to know. It's in multiple languages, obviously. And let's see what's on the other. Same, more languages. So that's one thing. And then you've got the ubiquitous SIM removal tool, which is a very important thing to have, and is safety information. You know, I never read any of these. Oh, ooh, OnePlus stickers. Shot on the OnePlus, powered by dual camera. That's new. Never settle. Haha. Well, we'll see as we review this phone this week if OnePlus settle. As you know, I'm a big fan. I thought the OnePlus one was pretty decent. It was a little plasticky for my tastes, but it did pretty well back then. OnePlus 2 was disappointing to me. I mean, it was an alright phone, but I felt like, you know, the camera, despite its awesome specs, just wasn't that great. And the lack of NFC was very vexing to me. And so I kind of dismissed it. Then, of course, we had the OnePlus 3 and the OnePlus 3T. And I think the OnePlus 3 was amazing, and the OnePlus 3T was even more phenomenal in my opinion, at least in terms of last year. This is the next thing in the box, and it says shot on OnePlus by Goncalo Tyraixa in Ireland. I hope I didn't butcher that name. I'm sorry if I did. It is gorgeous. I'm going to try to give you the full immersive view. There we go. And then there's some info here. Friend, thanks for choosing a OnePlus 5. We developed this device with the goal of making effortlessly clear photography possible for everyone, with a suite of smart technologies and superior camera hardware at your fingertips. You can leave your professional camera at home. Our dual lens camera ensures that you'll always be ready for the moment whenever it happens. Armed with such powerful technology, you're sure to capture some amazing shots. Good work deserves to be shared, so we've created a platform especially for photo enthusiasts to share their work with each other. We encourage you to head over to, shoton.oneplus.net to get inspired by the talent. Oh, shot on, I see. To get inspired by the talent in our global community. So get in on the action. Join today by tagging your Instagram photos by Shot on OnePlus. We look forward to seeing what you'll capture with OnePlus 5. Never settle. Carl Pei, my good buddy Carl right here. Co-founder OnePlus. P.S. On the other side of this card is one of my favorite photos. It really sort of shows off what's possible with OnePlus camera. This photo is rich in details, details that tell a story. That's what makes such a memorable shot. May you capture similar greatness with this device. Whew! I've never read a piece of paper on an unboxing video before, live or not. The ubiquitous in the OnePlus universe, dash charger, from OnePlus, as you can see, with its kind of hefty size. But this thing, together with this USB Type-C cord, which I don't want to remove, by the way, because it's easy to remove. There you go. So maybe I will remove. As you can see, Type A on one end, right? And let's see, Type C on the other. There's a little rubber plug, but you get the idea. And that's the same thing we had in the box for the OnePlus 3 and 3T, in case you're wondering. So there you go. That's it. That's all there is in the box. I'm trying to pull on this plastic divider, but there's nothing else here. So we had this content here, and we had this content here, which lived right there. And that is that. So let's take a look at the phone, shall we? Because I know you guys are excited about the phone. And I know you love it when I peel off stickers. Now it doesn't seem to have... Oh yes, it does have a screen protector. Right here. You can see it maybe if my camera focuses. Yeah, you see right there the screen protector applied to the front. I'm going to leave it on for a few days, but I usually remove these. And then there's a bunch of stuff here. Warning, IMEI info, and all that other good jazz. And NFC, the NFC sensor is here. Woohoo! Around the camera. Makes sense. All right, let's peel this off really slow, shall we? You ready? Oh, that sounds so amazing. And let's see if I can remove this little sticker real quick. Yes, I can. So there we go. So now we have a bare OnePlus 5. I'm not going to remove the screen protector just yet. Let's turn it on, shall we? That didn't seem to work. It might be fully discharged. Ah, there we go. Sorry, I didn't press long enough. All right, let's wait for it to boot, shall we? And then I'll give you a quick tour because I know you want to know what's in this phone and stuff. The usual, you know. You can kind of really see the screen protector kind of starting to peel off at the bottom here. I might actually remove this before. In case you didn't notice, by the way, in the reflection here earlier, this video camera right here is the HTC U11, and I'm using it in the 3D video recording mode for sound. So the sound should be really awesome. You should really be feeling like my voice is coming from behind you because you're looking forward, and the sound effects should be coming from in front of you. Again, I'm not doing this live because it's under embargo, right? So there's the screen. It's a 1080p screen, guys. Don't be disappointed. But it's beautiful. It's the same display as last year's OnePlus 3 and 3T, I'm told. And 1080p, less bezel. It's narrower, as you can see right here. And this phone is thinner, 7-point-something millimeters. A lot thinner than last year's OnePlus. Well, not a lot, maybe a millimeter or so. But it feels like a lot more. And then you have the usual capacitive buttons down here that you can play with. You can see they kind of light up right there. Let me see if I can. You can see that just briefly come up, right? Fingerprint reader, same as last year as well. Front-facing camera, 16 megapixel. Same camera as the OnePlus 3T last year. Earpiece and other sensors here at the front. And then in the back is the big exciting new thing, which is a dual lens, dual camera, dual sensor setup. And this uses a 16 megapixel and a 20 megapixel. It could be the other way around. The 16 is a regular main camera, and the 20 megapixel is a you know, close-up camera. So telephoto, I think, is the right wording. As you can see, there is some sort of dual LED, potentially dual color flash here with a microphone next to it. And there's a bit of a little rim around the camera. I'm not quite sure if it's just dirt or dust on there or what, but I'll have to check it out a little closer. But anyway, this system is similar to what we've seen on the iPhone 7 Plus, and I'll be taking it through its paces and letting you know in my review closer to the deadline in about a week, in a few days. For you, it'll all happen at the same time. You'll get this unboxed and then you'll get my review. Nice OnePlus embossed logo. This is that matte black color that OnePlus launched with the 3T last year as a special edition, or no, earlier this year, 2017. And then you get nothing else on the back. This is beautifully finished, and unlike an iPhone, you're going to say a lot of people felt that from the leaks and the leaked photos and the rumors that this looked a lot like an iPhone 7 Plus, but it's really round here, guys. It's not at all the same kind of shape as an iPhone. It also has that typical OnePlus radius up here. So basically, it's a bit of a bump on the top. So it definitely does look and feel, it feels really great in hand, but it definitely does look different than an iPhone to me. Even though there is a lot of similarity at first glance, especially, I don't know if you can see this on video, but there's these antenna bands right there that are kind of like going all the way around. Very, very nicely done. You can barely see them. They're here again. I don't know if you can see them. Anyway, so that's the phone in a nutshell. I need to look up what the battery capacity is, but I'm told it's slightly smaller than the OnePlus 3T and slightly bigger than the OnePlus 3. So maybe 3,300 something. Anyway, let's talk about what's around the phone on the edges. You get the awesome button that lets you select you know, how you want to receive notifications, main notification, all notifications, priority, and off. Volume rocker, obviously. All this is metal and machined aluminum. This is on the left edge. On the bottom edge here, you've got a mono speaker, USB Type C. I was going to say micro, and you know that's OnePlus started USB-C. Really was the first phone with it on the market that I'm aware of, with the OnePlus 2. Primary mic, and of course a headphone jack. And this tells you how thin this phone is. You can see the headphone jack barely takes up the bottom edge here. And then, of course, on the right hand side, you've got power lock key and the double SIM tray. And there's no micro SD on this phone again, but dual SIM is the thing that OnePlus does. And then on the top here, there's nothing. It's the first phone in a while I've seen with nothing on the top at all, not even antenna bands or anything. So that's the tour of the phone. As you know, the guts are pretty intense. Snapdragon 835, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of built-in storage, and that is this black version. There is also a slate gray version that comes in with 6 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of built-in storage. But this thing is a monster in terms of specs. And the pricing, as you'll see, is really quite reasonable. I believe it's 600 something for this one. I have to look it up. But no, what am I saying? It's less than that. It's 5 something for this one. So it's a little more expensive than OnePlus 3T, but you're getting 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs, and a dual camera setup this year. So, you know, don't complain. Also, Snapdragon 835. Woohoo. Now, another thing I want to point out is that this camera loses OIS. There is no more optical image stabilization on the OnePlus flagship. There is just electronic stabilization, and I'm bummed about that. You know how I feel about being able to do long exposures, manually, handheld. And I know that with modern image processing, and we've seen this on the Pixel, we can take some really amazing photos without OIS, but I do still think OIS helps. And I do think this is disappointing, but they did have to meet a price point, just like the 1080p display. So there you have it, guys. The OnePlus 5 in a nutshell unboxing. Stay tuned for my full review here on my channel. If you are interested about the U11, I did an unboxing, but I haven't done a review yet. However, I have written a review. I didn't do a video review of the U11, which is filming this, but I did a written review for chipchick.com. So go check it out on chipchick.com. That chip like a computer chip, chick like a small chicken.com. That's where a lot of my phone reviews end up when I don't do just videos. And stay tuned for a full review of this, particularly focusing on the cameras. Thanks for tuning in. Please thumbs up if you like, thumbs down if you don't, and if you don't, I hate you. No, I'm kidding. And of course, subscribe to this channel. Please tell your friends. And don't forget that every week you can hear me on my podcast, the Mobile Tech Podcast. I should get that right. And it's at mobiletechpodcast.com. Obviously, that's where you can subscribe, etc. It's on iTunes. It's on Pocket Casts. Subscribe. I always have interesting guests, industry guests. We all nerd out about phones for an hour every week. Tune in for more soon. Thanks, guys. Oh, one last thing. Twitter. Find me on Twitter. My handle is Tankgrl. TNKGRL. All right. Cheers.